going on, everybody? You are watching the Jets Report by Chad Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome in. Now, coming up on today's show, we're going to be diving into our Week 5 preview as the Dallas Cowboys are traveling to New York to take on the Jets in a much-needed win spot for the Jets here heading into Week 5. But coming up, we're going to be deep diving into the Dallas Cowboys, talk about their season so far, one of the best offenses in the league, but also one of the worst defenses in the league. And then I do want to dive into some of the major issues that the Jets have had during this 0-4 start. And then also on the tail half of today's show, I got my score prediction for this Week 5 matchup. But hey, you guys want the Jets to get their first win. Finally hop in that win column, the first win in the Aaron Glenn era. If you guys want the Jets to do that, go down there, hit that thumbs up icon, and put today's goal as 300 likes. So if you guys want to help me out here, also help me avoid an awkward meeting with my bosses, go down there, hit that subscribe or hit that thumbs up icon today if you guys want the Jets to get their first win. All right, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys here. Very interesting team. Obviously, they traded Micah Parsons before the season in a blockbuster move for Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks, and we knew they did not have a lot of talent defensively, but we also knew their offense should be pretty damn good, and they have been pretty good so far. I mean, their statistical rankings across the NFL this year, pretty damn solid. Number one offense in the league in terms of yards per game, 413.0 points per game, top 5. Rush yards per game, top 12 there, and then they got the best passing attack in the league, averaging 281 pass yards per game, which is first in the NFL. And a big reason why their offense is so successful, it is Dak Prescott. Now, honestly, I think the raw numbers don't even do Dak that much of a service in terms of how good he's been really playing this year, because he has been a top 7 quarterback in the league. You know, a super good completion percentage, 72.9, going over 1,100 yards in 4 games, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks. But Dak Prescott, I mean, I think he is the most over-criticized and underrated quarterbacks we have here in the NFL. Like, he is absolutely fantastic. He is elite at just being a natural thrower of the football. He hangs in the pocket long. He takes on big hits, and he just delivers seeds throughout the whole game. And he could touch every blade of grass on the football field. This guy's got an unreal arm. He manipulates the pocket very well, and he's also just a physical player. Like, you feel Dak Prescott out there, so he's been awesome. But the guy he was throwing to last week who was so successful, George Pickens, had 11 targets, had an unreal catch down the left sideline, and ended up going for a $134, 2 touchdowns. So, listen, even though the Cowboys will be without CeeDee Lamb this weekend, the Cowboys' passing attack is still very, very lethal. They got a good tight end, Ferguson, Tolbert, a solid, complementary piece to Pickens, better than, what most teams have in the NFL. But, also you got a guy like Kevontae Turpin mixing in there. Javonte Williams is running hard this season. So their offense, even without CeeDee Lamb, they're pretty damn good. Like, Pickens is a special talent. This guy can go up there and make some of the best plays with the best wide receivers in the NFL. But again, it all comes down to that quarterback. Dak Prescott, he is that special. And the Jets defense will have a tough matchup this week. Now, they have been getting gashed on the ground this season, giving up 130 rushing yards per game, which is 25th in the NFL, giving up 30 points a game. So clearly the Jets defense, I mean, this is going to be a tough test. But I think it all starts off for the Jets defensively with taking away the run. And that's slowing down Javonte Williams. You cannot get behind the 8 ball as much as you have been over the last couple of weeks. When these teams come out, they're able to establish a run, sets up their entire offense. And even though the Cowboys, without a running game, they can still be a successful offense. But if you allow them to run the football, there is no chance you can slow down that passing attack. So you got to slow down Javonte Williams. Jets have been getting gashed by running backs this season. But this guy, he's a fine running back, but it's not like you're going against like a Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey. You got to be able to slow this guy down. So that is, number one for the Jets this week. But defensively for the Cowboys, this is where the Jets should have an advantage. Like, just how we're showing their offensive stats, all top 5 in the league, they're bottom 5 in most of these. They're, if not the worst. Like, they're the worst yards per game defense, giving up 432 a game. Pass yards per game, worst in the league. Third down percentage, worst in the league. And they're giving up 33 points per game this season. So I think the passing game for the Jets, like, this is a big spot for them. Like, they have really struggled to throw the ball down the field this season. They honestly don't even try to throw the ball down the field. But with this Cowboys secondary giving up as many yards and as many big plays they have this season, this is a big-time spot for the passing game. And you also need to get the reps in, like, in-game throwing the football. Like, obviously, you're practicing it at practice, but to get actual in-game reps, having this passing attack is going to be huge for this team, not just for this game, but moving forward throughout the entire season. So I understand. You want to stay committed to the run. You want to establish that ground game. but you're going to have to take chances downfield, hopefully earlier in the game compared to the Dolphins game where they really only started throwing the ball downfield when you're down 2 scores in the second half. So there is no excuse for the offense this upcoming Sunday. Like, you should be able to run the ball at a high level. This Cowboys defense, like, what a great spot to, get right. You got the Cowboys defense rolling the MetLife. You're going to have, obviously no noise offensively. Crowd will be behind you. Should be able to run the ball. Should be able to throw the ball. Like, this Jets offense, I think they struggled a lot over the last 3 weeks. Now, obviously, their total points look a lot better. Like, they had 27 against the Buccaneers, but they had 6 points rolling into that fourth quarter. They struggled throughout the majority of the game against the Dolphins, but this is a great get-right spot for this offense. And I'll have you guys, place your bets for me. Over under 23.5 points for the Jets offense on Sunday against the Cowboys defense. Give me an over or give me a U for under. I think if they want any chance to win this game, this has to be an over. You're going to probably have to go put up 30 points if you want to beat the Cowboys in that lethal passing attack this weekend. All right, let's talk about some issues the New York Jets need to fix, because obviously when you're 0-4, there's a lot going wrong, and the Jets have a lot of different areas they can improve. And number one, like we were just talking about, 0 downfield passing game. That's got to be fixed. Because, listen, you can have the best run game in the league. You can have the best defense in the league. But if you aren't able to throw the football, or at least if you even aren't even trying to throw the football, you're not going to be that successful offensively. And this is Justin Fields' passing chart from week 5. It's all checkdowns over the middle of the field. Like, the only really big-time throw he had was the Garrett Wilson on that touchdown. But even see those 2 dots kind of near the left hash over the middle of the field? That's where Garrett Wilson should eat. Just these deep in-breaking routes, or even get Mason Taylor going up the seam more. But, I mean, look at the right side. Like, there's just nothing past 5 yards. He only had, call it 4 or 5 passing attempts above or further than 10 yards. That, honestly, for me, it's on Justin Fields a little bit, but that's more on the offense coordinator, Tanner Engstad. Have some of his first reads be 10-plus yards down the field, because if you do this, Dinkin and Duncan, it's just it's tough to sustain drives, because explosive plays are a great indicator of, one, how successful an offense is, and then also on top of that, like, it's tough to just sustain 15, 16-play drives, because you're going to have a mishap eventually. And with the Jets, with all the penalties this year, it's just tough to do that. And that's my second biggest issue with them. The penalties and missed tackles. It just can't happen anymore. Like, this team misses more tackles than I feel like anybody in the open field so far this season. And then the penalties, like, I think the Jets are only 10th in the league in most penalties, or 8th. It feels like they're number 1. And because mainly the type of penalties they're committing are just bonehead plays, after the whistle, pre-snap penalties. That just can't happen. And also this, your blue chippers need to step up. And mainly 2 guys. One, the face you see on screen, Sauce Gardner. I'm a massive Sauce Gardner fan. I will root for this guy, no matter what is going on, but he has been just bad this season. Like, he was great week 1 against DK Metcalf. I thought it was going to be a resurgence. He was going to get back to that all-pro form, but he really hasn't been. And it's funny enough, like, he's been good against the run this year. 17th best corner in the league against the run, but he's struggling in coverage. Overall, he's been struggling 63.6, so he needs to be better. Hopefully he has a good opportunity going against George Pickens to take him away. And if you're able to take Pickens away, like, they got Ferguson, they got Tolbert. They don't really have too many great options besides him. So hopefully Sauce is big game. Then also this guy, Will McDonald. Will McDonald just needs to be better against the run. A 36.7 overall PFF grade, which is 156 in the league. That just can't happen. You got to set the edge better. He just has to be better as a whole, because also Will McDonald, you're a great pass rusher. You want to get in the third and long situations, you got to stop the run. So he needs to be better there. And then offensively, let's get frickin' Mason Taylor the football. Like, this dude, we finally got a little sneak peek of how good he could be this past week against the Dolphins, being very productive, work in the middle of the field. He had 5 catches going for 65 yards, averaging 13 yards per catch. You got to get this guy more involved, because clearly no other receivers are stepping up. Tyler Johnson, I was wrong. Josh Reynolds, looks like a waste of a signing. Arian Smith, no show. So you got to get somebody else, especially with how bad the Cowboys are at defending the pass. Feed the rookie. Feed number 85. And then lastly here, just stop playing Tony Adams. Tony Adams might be the worst player in the NFL this season that has played more than 100 snaps. This guy is the worst safety in the league. And listen, we knew that coming into the season. We knew the safety was a massive, massive hole for this team. And Tony Adams has been even worse than what I expected. Stop playing him. Play Malachi Moore. I don't care if Malachi Moore has the worst safety performance for the next 3 weeks. Let that guy develop. You just can't play Tony Adams anymore. Like, he is killing you defensively. So my score prediction for this game, I do have the Jets coming out on top. I have to. I'm trying to speak it into existence here. But I do think you're going to have to put up a lot of points. I got 31-30. Don't really have too much faith in the Jets defense this upcoming week. I would gladly be proved wrong on that, but Cowboys are just a wagon offensively. But again, their defense stinks. This Jets offense should find some success this week. So I'm going 31-30. You guys let me know who you got. If you're rolling with the Jets, give me a J. If you're rolling with the Cowboys, give me a C. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. I got the Jets winning this one, getting that first one of the season. And we will be going live for the game right near kickoff. So stay tuned for that. No real pregame show, but we'll be going live for the actual play-by-play. So make sure you guys tune in then and hit that subscribe button on your way out. See you guys next time. Go Jets.